I think I'm live. Let me make sure here. I didn't get notification yet from YouTube, so let me just make sure I have my settings right here and I'm not talking to myself. Yeah, it says public, so we are good. We should be live. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't tell me. So, hello everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out all the readings from the earlier session. So, in the earlier session, I got through all the donations except for one. So we'll start with one donation. I didn't get to any of the free readings for my YouTube channel members or any other of the free readings. So we'll complete all of those in this session today. So we will dive in. We're going to continue to use here the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. You'll notice there's no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new questions. This is just completing all the ones from this morning's session. I will be back next Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for my next session. If you want something sooner, if you need messages from Spirit, I have a lot of free content on my main page, so you can see where Spirit guides you. If you want to become one of my YouTube channel members, I do have two levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99. Praying Mantis is $7.99. We do get together on Wednesday nights, both groups together. My Praying Mantis, we also get together on Thursday nights for a couple hours, and then Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoons after my earlier sessions. We also get together with the Praying Mantis. If you're interested in a personal reading, I also offer those. There's a link down below, and they're on sale right now for my birthday month. So you have a crazy Zen super sale going on. So if you want a deep dive personal reading, those are all listed. I'll link down below too. All right. So let's get started. We've got here Maria. So Maria P, you are up first for your donation. And then you also had a free reading, which I'll put right after it. That way you don't have to go try to find it. Just more easier that way for you. So we'll do that. And that's how we'll do that. All right. So let me get your email here. All right. So thank you for your donation via the PayPal. Greatly appreciate that. And welcome back. So you wanted to know here, what does your new boss think of how you work and take care of things at work? All right, let's take a look here. So how does your new boss, what's his current opinion based on current energies? And then what are David's thoughts on you when he sees you at work? All right, let's see if anything has changed. And then one of the employees that sits around you is always looking at you and is trying to dress like you feel bad vibes. So I think there's a question in there. So are there bad vibes going on there? Let's take a look here and we'll see, what does Spirit want you to know about this person here? Well, if they're trying to dress like you, maybe they just are, what is that, Single White Female, the movie? They're trying to imitate you. They want to become you. You're like, no. All right. So we'll start back at the beginning here, though. So what do your new bosses think of how you work? And okay, so if you have multiple bosses, this will be the conglomeration of the general consensus. You have the Six of Wands. That's celebration. That's like joy and victory. So very positive. That means they like the job that you're doing. You have the Ten of Cups. Joy, 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 and overflowing. So really enjoying the job that you do. And the Hermit. So the Hermit card here would say that they kind of, and you're new to the job and you're probably making friends, but I feel like you kind of um, haven't quite, you kind of being to yourself a little bit is some of their perceptions. And they understand that because they're like, you're newer to this and you're growing. And so you don't want to just leap in right away and go, here, these are all the changes we could make and blah, 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 blah. You're really getting to know the position, getting to know the people, getting to know your environment. But you're just not as outgoing as you normally are once you get comfortable and know the environment. So, and it's not a bad thing, they understand it, just something to be aware of is like, yeah, I have been kinda staying to myself more, but I can, reach out and be more of a team player, kind of energy. But they're very happy and they feel like you're doing a very good job, so nothing to be afraid of there or concerned about. And then what are David's thoughts when he sees you here? Yeah, it's happy. Page of Cups is a happy kind of energy, but it's a different type of happiness than it was before. The Knight of Swords does show that they've moved on. They have because they look at you in a different way than they did before. Not in a mean way, not in an ugly way, anything like that. They um, they just don't have attachment to how you think about them or what would anything happen between you guys or anything like that. They're just like happy when they see you, and it's not fake. It's not There's no ulterior motives. There's no intentions. You are someone they work with. Is where they've put you with this energy here. Interesting, right? Now let's talk about the single white female who's imitating you and dressing like you here. Yeah, no, it's we got the lovers card here, which is about everyone's energy changes all the time anyway, but it's about power of emotional choice, but this also is this energy of no, they actually are looking at you and trying to dress and be like you because they think you're beautiful and they are like, I love your style, I love how you look, and I'm gonna I want to dress like that too. So it's not a you know a there's not bad vibes. I feel like this might be happening inside of you. So what are you feeling? What are you afraid of? What are what's going on inside of you? So I think the bad vibes are here, not out here. You're like, "Uh-oh, it's making you uncomfortable." And there's that, "Why are you trying to dress like me?" Kind of energy. It's like, "No, no, take it as a." You can take it either way with the Lover's card, right? You can take it high vibration and take it as a compliment, going, "Oh, wow." And you can even tell her, I love what you're doing. And they might be like, "Well, you're my inspiration." You're like, "I thought I liked I knew there was a reason I loved how you're dressing." And then it can be different, right? Or you can be like, "Oh, they're just trying to be mean." Blah, 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 blah." That's lower vibrational. That's bad vibes, right? Because they see you here with the 7 of Wands. This is someone who, uh, doesn't ask permission to shine, doesn't dim your light. You are yourself and you express yourself, right? And they like that about you, and so it's really emanating because they love your confidence, they love your energy, they love how you dress, the how you look, and so they're not, like, attracted to you, don't worry, they're not gonna try to hit on you or anything, but they are like, uh, they're just like, "Wow." So, you can look at it that way. You have the 6 of Swords too, which is I feel like this is Spirit saying around this situation, you can kind of change your way of looking at things, leave old ways of thinking behind to move into higher ways of thinking. And because if you are believing, putting energy around there's bad vibes, your bad vibes are going to draw in bad vibes, right? So choose to look at things from a higher perspective. It'll allow you to move from choppy waters to calmer waters, and it'll allow you to have this feeling of higher vibes around you instead of feeding and growing bad vibes or lower vibrational vibes, right? So that's what they have for you there. See, not so bad at all. And then for your fortune cookie, I feel like we want to go to these. The universe has your back, Oracle. Okay. Here is your card. I love this here. I'll show it to you and then I'll read it. And it says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So something's triggering you with this last one, especially, and maybe even with David. Um, but something that's really cool below triggers. When you look at all the questions you ask, you can reverse them to ask yourself, how do you um, like the work of your bosses? How do you like your work? Right. This is what uh, is a productive use of your energy is how do I feel I'm doing? How do I feel they're doing? Because that's a reflective on me too. What do I feel? What are my thoughts toward David when I see him at work? Because this is reflective of what I'm feeling. And then when you look at this other person, the vibes that are there, what am I feeling? What am I afraid of? Where are these bad vibes originating from within me? Right? It helps transform things. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for your donation. And then for your free reading, you wanted a general for you. Wow. I don't think we've ever done one of those for you. So let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know right now? And then, of course, free readings are just 1 to 2 cards for everybody. So these will go faster than the earlier session. So do not fret. All right. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah. So you have the King of Wands and you have the Eight of Cups. Now, the combination of this energy is really the Eight of Cups is about taking an emotional inventory of where you're investing your emotional energy. The King of Wands shows that you are the one that gets to choose. And it's like the Emperor energy where you have all these advisors in your life that had told you this supposed to be, this should be, the need to be, the have to be in life, right? But this is about going, thank you, everyone. Can clear the throne room. I'll put your opinions on the shelf. Now, what do I want? What's my plan? And let me put energy towards that and move forward. So there's this decision making and stepping up into your power of where you want to invest your energy. And the Eight of Cups zeroes in on emotional energy specifically. And the Eight of Cups is like kind of a two-parter where one part is the emotions that we had when we were younger that we've stuffed, that we're using energy to keep things pushed down and suppressed. Usually it'll be like 7 years old and younger experiences where we push down um, sadness and anger because we weren't allowed to express those. No one likes a crying baby. No one likes a baby or a young child that's throwing a tantrum, but that's the three ways we express ourselves when we're children before we develop our mental side is crying, throwing a tantrum, or laughing. Usually, a lot of adults support a laughing child, but the other two, they're usually like, shut up, quit your crying, or I'll give you something to cry about, right? Hopefully, you're not saying that to your children, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I do say that to my children. Allow them to express their emotion, right? And if they want to throw a tantrum in anger, let it out, baby, let it out, because we were told, if you don't stop throwing a tantrum and being angry, I'm going to take you out to the car and give you a whooping. And so when we're like allowing, it's like we allow our children to express emotion. We also need to let our inner child express that emotion, and then it's not charged anymore. We can go back to a memory, and then we don't have energy that we're pushing down. All that energy, all that emotional energy comes back to us. It's also with the Eight of Cups is like looking at your outside relationships and realizing where are you giving 70, 80, 90% to relationships. It can be family, friends, coworkers, whatever, lovers. Um, where am I giving all that and only getting 10, 20, 30% back? It's about evaluating that and going, maybe I need to release some of these relationships that I'm the one keeping it alive, or at least back off to 50% and see if they'll make up the other. And if they don't, the relationship just drifts apart and you get all that energy back. But some of them might be like, I know I need to cut that one and cut that one for me. And I get all that energy back. And then you have that for you and for to funnel all that energy into the relationships that are important to you. Right. So that's what they have for you right now, Maria. So hopefully that resonates, and that's what they have. Many blessings. All right. Now, um, I will move. I have 3 of my YouTube channel members um, that I didn't get to your free reading. So you guys will be up first, and then after we're done with those, then we'll move on to all the other free readings. So, Moonlight, you were up first. Thank you for your donations as well. And you wanted to know love for February and March, old, new, or nothing but self love. All right, let's take a look here. So, February, March, tell us about love for Moonlight. Old, new, or nothing but self love. Well, that's enough, you know? Self love is the most important, right? But let's take a look here. So, you do have the Three of Wands, and you have the Emperor. So, there is opportunity for new love to come towards you over the next month and a half. Um, and the Three of Wands is about with new information, changing direction, and the um, Emperor energy. We kind of just talked about it with Maria's reading, which is you kind of stepping out of the opinions and all these per you know, what I'm trying to say, self-elected advisors to you, these people self-appointed advisors is what I was gonna say. A lot of people in your life that have told you over time the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the must be around love. So there's all these opinions. The emperor is surrounded by all these advisors, and they realize, "Wait a minute, I'm the emperor. I get to choose what I want for the empire. So thank you guys for all your opinions. You can clear the throne room. Now I am gonna decide what I want." Right? Not what I'm supposed to want, what I've been told I'm supposed to want, what I'm, the supposed to, need to, have to, must, all that blah, blah, blah. It's clearing it all away and determining what you want. And then you put a plan together and you put energy behind what you want out of love. That's the Three of Wands is with you making new decisions, realizing, all this stuff I'm trying to live up to, all these expectations are not for me. I'm going to go a different direction. And this is you initiating it and your energy bringing in. That's why there's possibilities of love coming in if you make decisions on, wait a minute, I'm getting all that stuff out of my head. What does my heart want? What do I want to do? Not what I think I'm supposed to do, what I want to do. And then making change and taking actions on those things. So people in your life that are just not matching to your energy, and we're taught a lot, right, that am I matching their energy? I need to adapt to match theirs. No, this is about you being true to you. And who doesn't match your energy, then they don't belong in there anymore. And then that allows you the space to bring in people who do match up to your energy. So I like that for you, Moonlight. Boom, boom, boom. Right? And that's what they have for you right now. So great possibilities. It starts with self love because every relationship is a reflection of our own self love. And if I'm not raising that and I have low self love, I'm just going to draw in people that match that, right? So all of your relationships will match your own self love. So it's powerful. All right. So that's what they got for you. So many blessings to you. And then Livier Vergara. You are up next. So you said you want to ask, what does destiny have for you? Will you fix from your past a situation pendant, or is there something new in your life? Okay, let's take a look here. You faded for something old, something new. Take a look here. Yeah. So there is a transformation. You have the Five of Pentacles from the past, which is the beliefs in lack and feeling abandoned, left behind, left out in the cold, just not being enough, not having enough. And you're switching into this Nine of Pentacles, which this Nine of Pentacles is about independence. It's about um, being okay being alone, that you don't need someone or something to make you feel whole. You have spirit with you, but it is about the hermit energy of the outside world about, oh, I'm okay being alone. I'm going to be me and I'm going to be in this. And it doesn't mean that you will stay alone, but with this transformation, it's moving from feeling that it's humans that bring you what you need in your life, your sustenance, realizing that it's creator that brings it instead. Because the abandonment, the feeling left out in the cold and being left behind, you experience through humans. And what one of the fickle, exciting things about the human is when our inner child feels unsafe and out of control, we go into fight or flight mode, right? We become that 2-year-old with this pet hissing cat, and we do stupid things. But we go into survival mode where we want to pull everything back and go, I need everything for me. And so people who experience that pulled stuff away from you, where you felt abandoned and left behind, that was them reacting in fear. We took it on that their actions mean something about us, but that was all about how they were reacting from fear, trying to feel safe, trying to feel in control again. And so when we experience this, excuse me, these abandonment feelings and all of that, um, we develop these beliefs in lack, that I'm lacking, that lack can happen, and I fear not having enough. But when we realize it's creator that brings us what we need in each moment, maybe not everything that our ego wants in each moment, but what um, we truly need, then and they never go into fight or flight mode. They never abandon us. They never go into survival mode and rip the rug from underneath us. They love us so much. They don't just give us the bread and water, what we just need to survive. They give us more because they love us. But when we change that realization and go, you are the one that fulfills me, both in love and in abundance and sustenance, not humans, you can look at life a lot differently. And you're like, thank you for this. Thank you for that. And have gratitude and not fear. And this is a big transformation here for you. So I feel like this is something that you're fixing from the past, and it's bringing you into this place of fullness and wholeness and independence. And in that independence, it doesn't mean you stop wanting things from the outside world. Excuse me. You just don't need it. You can still want it, but you're filling up from the inside from creator and overflowing. What they give you is above and beyond extra, right? So I like this transformation that's happening, and you've been happening. And that's what I feel like they want you to know around your question. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings, Livier. Good to see you. And then Shawn G, thank you for your donation earlier. And your free question is guidance for the week. All right, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know? Guidance for the week. All right, here we go. Wow. Looks like here you have a week with great opportunity to feel joy, and a lot of happiness with the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups. And excuse me, all this energy is, every moment we have a choice, higher vibration or lower vibration, right? We can choose unconditional love and joy and happiness and laughter, or we can choose that. There's no wrong choice with emotion, but because we come down to experience and feel it all. But when we're tired of feeling any lower vibrations, like, you know what? This situation normally I would choose, to feel the, but I'm tired of that. I'm going to choose joy. I'm going to laugh at it instead. And I'm going to have good. And so I feel like they're telling you this week, the guidance for the week is choose joy as much as you can this week. And you'll see a very much a difference and transformation in things. And I feel like you'll notice where situations that would end up spiraling in one way because you're choosing joy, they actually develop a different way. And I like that for you. So that's it. Easy breezy, short and easy. Choose joy. Choose joy. Choose joy. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then here, what I did not do. So that's it for the YouTube monthly channel members. Now we're going to go into all the other free readings that I did not get to. But before I do that, I do want to hear, let me see here. maybe I can do it on the screen here. I want to post the order in which all the donations, not the donations, the readings will be completed. Let me see here. I don't think I'll disconnect anything. I'm like, be careful, careful, careful. All right, we'll do it here. See if it'll let me update it. Okay, I think it did. Let me save that. So you might have to refresh, but in the description box of this video will be the order in which all the readings are completed. I'm going to make sure I'm sticking to the list because I pre-make it before with all the screenshots that I make. So at least you can kind of look at it and go, okay, where am I in this list? How far do I have until my reading comes up? All right. So hopefully that helps. Sorry, I didn't do that in advance. I just something I started to do in a couple streams, and I feel like it is probably helpful that way. All right. Let me just readjust here. I'm falling off my chair. All right. So up first, we have Mika Khan. So, Mika, you want to know, will you find your winning product from Auto DS or Zen Drop? All right. So let's take a look here. We'll pull a card for Auto DS and then a card for Zen Drop. So that's Auto DS and that is Zen Drop. And we'll see what the energy is for each one of these and see if one is a winner. You got the 5 of Swords for Auto DS, which that's a conflicting kind of card. So that would be a no for Auto DS. Zen Drop, you got the King of Cups. That would be where you would go, of course. We're going to like things with Zen in it. Hello, I am bred a Zen. But the King of Cups is a balance between head and heart. So I feel like it is the biggest emotional, card out of all the suit of cups. So I do feel like it is it's more Zen Drop than it would be Auto DS. All right. So that's your answer. Easy breezy, short and easy. Now you know where you can focus your energy. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mika. So many blessings to you. And then JJJ, you are up. When will you find a job? When will you find a job? What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay. All right. Wow. 2 amazing cards. You've got the World card, which is an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. And the Phoenix is rising from the ashes, a rebirth. Both of these are ending and beginning energies. And I feel like you'll find a job when you stop looking where you're looking and look somewhere else. What? I know, interesting, right? But it would be like if you're looking into let's say sales, if you're always in sales or customer service or a particular place and you're limiting your search and looking just in one kind of area for a job, they're like, get rid of the restrictions, look at them all, because I feel like there's something new. This rebirth, this sparking, this ending of a cycle, a beginning of a new adventure is like you're going in a different direction. You're going to get into having a job in something you haven't been in before. And so when you let go of the old and look into the new, that's when you're going to find the job there. So sorry, let me throw a cough drop in here. Been congested this weekend. I'm so sorry. But so I feel like it's a new beginning, and I feel like you like stop where you're looking and the kind of jobs you've been looking for, expand the search, and I feel like something's really going to stand out because I feel like you're really encouraged to start in a new field, if that makes sense. All right. So that is what they got for you there. They're JJJ. And many blessings to you. Good luck. All right. I'm sorry. Let me just take a sip here and see if this will clear things up. All right. And then up next we have is that AnimaMundi? I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. And you said, "Oh, you're using another username in the meanwhile." Oh, but you've been to some of the sessions before, and they never fail to surprise you in a good way. Oh, good. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And you said here your question is somewhat tied to one you asked previously. You wonder if I was the one in the river and what exactly happened there. Okay. You go, I hope it's not too vague, but you feel like spirit will understand. Oh, yeah. Spirit always understands. They get it all, whether this dude gets it or not. So we'll see what they say. So let's take a look here. Were you the one in the river? We'll find that out. And then, if so, or even if not, who was it or what was this about? All right. So, were you the one in the river? We had the Nine of Cups, which like a dream come true. Was this a dream? Was it a past life? But this Nine of Cups is a joyous victory kind of card. So, um, and it's the movement of emotion, and that would be water energy. And let's see here what happened here. Mm. So, you know, it's a positive card, and whatever was happening in the river, if you were the one in the river, this is like a dream come true. It was something that you wished for, something that you wanted to have changed. So I do feel like you were the one in the river with this energy because it's exactly what happened. You have the Hanged Man, which is about transformation. It was the movement from like caterpillar to butterfly was part of needed for your evolution, for your transformation, to end one thing to begin something new. And um, whatever this was, it was according to your wishes with all of this here. So hopefully that's not too vague, but it is this energy of, yes, it was me in the river. I wanted this to happen. I needed it to happen for my transformation. And because of it, I was able to go in on to what I wanted to do next, if all of that makes sense. So hopefully that brings in enough clarity. But that's what they have for you here. Um, you know, because it's transformation. The hangman is about seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective to allow you, if this was death with this with the river, it is about I was done experiencing this. Now I wanted to go experience from a different viewpoint in a different lifetime. If that makes sense, if that resonates with it all. That's the kind of the energy I'm picking up. But it is all about transformation, transformation, transformation. So that is what they have for you there on a Monday. So many blessings to you. And then Patricia, you are up next. You said thank you for your prior guidance. So helpful. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. I listened to a lot of the lives and found, oh, it was extra funny. Love the humor. Yeah, this was yesterday, right? If it was during my 5.5 hour session, Spirit was extra sassy. And I did feel a lot of different energy. Maybe it's because I'm an old man now. But I did feel a little giddy. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. I surely do. I love to laugh, obviously. And you had a question here too. You said, "May you have a uh, general for the week." You're glad mom and dad's birthday are over. All right, you're very good. So let's take a look here and see a general for the week. What does Spirit want you to know for the week here? Okay, looks like you get three. So on one hand, wow, this Phoenix card has been loving coming out. So a unique deck, a card in this deck. It's not part of the regular tarot. It's all about rebirth, right? I like this, this energy. You're recovering from the ashes, but it's about rebirth here. And you've got both the Judgment card and the Emperor card. Three, well, this wouldn't be it. This is, I consider this a major arcana, but you got two definitely of these other major arcana. And this is about a transformation, about understanding where you want to go and what you want to do next. The judgment card is like your higher self drawing you to see things from a different perspective. It's kind of like a calling card. I'm being I'm receiving my calling. I'm being drawn into a different direction. And the emperor is about realizing I get to choose what I want in my life, right? That we have a lot of advisors, a lot of opinions, people telling us the should be's, the need to be's, the have to be's, the must be's, etc. And when we look at that, um, and we think we need to please everyone in the empire, it's impossible. And the emperor goes, okay, I'm stressing myself out, trying to make my empire be what everyone wants it to be, but I'm the empire. I mean, I'm the emperor of the empire. It's my empire. I get to make it what it is. And it's about you choosing what you want to do, putting an action plan, there, and then putting action behind the plan. And this is, it's like a change, it's a transformation. You're ready for something new, something different, to come in here. And I feel like you are being nudged to do that. And this week, the guidance for this week is get out of your head and clear the throne room of all these advisors telling you who you should be and need to be and must be and blah, 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 blah. Clear it so it's silence in the while you're sitting on your throne, and then you can go, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Now, what everyone else wants me to do, what do I want to do? And then see how you can make that happen. And I love that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Meenu. You are up next. So guidance for you, please. Let me just double check something real quick here. I just need to tell my host something really quick. Just one of her packages got delivered, so I want to make sure she knows it's up there. Don't want anybody to be tempted to steal anything off the front porch, All right. There we go. I don't even know if she's up there. I've been busy all morning. All right. So, Meanie, let's look here. Guidance for you. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Check the porch. Maybe that's the message for you. Check the porch. There's something waiting for you. Something's about to be delivered for you. All right. So got that one and this one here. Let's see what we have here. All right. So we have the Queen of Swords, which is really a balance between head and heart. And with this Hermit card here, too, there's this isn't about being alone, but it's about making sure to take your time with spirit. The hermit steps away from the chaos, connects to the spirit world, asks them for guidance. The lantern that they have that guides them is their higher self in the spirit world, and so they're able to do that, and they're able to, go forward and um, have things revealed. And this is a source of balance for you because the Queen of Swords, she can get caught up into her mind, but the emotion that all the queens have behind them, they all get a portion of cups behind the scenes. It helps them balance their mind and get out of just out of their mind and into all those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, and it allows the heart to kind of balance things out. And I feel like this is what happens when you're able to take time away and take a big deep breath, connect to the spirit world and go, can you show me what I'm not seeing in the situation? Or can you give me a sign? Can you make these decisions no brainers? Can you show me, the different sides and different perspectives of things? And they will. And I feel like it's an important time for this balancing energy to come in here for you. And so when you're feeling like discombobulated and out of balance, go, all right, this is where I need to breathe and step back and ask spirit, help. Even if that's the best prayer of all to spirit, help. They're like they're more than willing to help us, but they honor our free will. And if we don't ask them of our own free will, they work on all the stuff that before we came down here, our soul was like, all right, this is your honeydew list. So, from a human, my humans, the human side of me is about to, be created down there. So, I need you guys to do that for me. And they're like, all right, we got it. They're like, all right, thank you so much. Love you. Love you too. All right. And then when we're down here of our own human self, they honor our free will so much and our power of choice. They're just like, unless we are asked, then we don't. I mean, unless we ask them, then they don't meddle in our life outside of what we asked them to already. But you can ask of your own free will, and they are more than willing to help. So hopefully that helps, Meenu. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Victoria Huber-Ramirez. As soon as I get this frog out of my throat. So sorry. All right, there we go. So all these readings are just choking me up. So Victoria, what and when will love come towards you? All right, so what love will come towards you and when? So what, okay, and when? And when? They're like, nope, not going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. No, they don't want any of those either. Let's see what love is coming towards you first. You have the Two of Swords. So you do have like two individuals that are heading towards you here. Now, with this mirror here, all relationships are mirrors for us, reflecting back to us what we want to see in ourselves so that we can be free from these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and other things, right? Now, the Two of Swords, I do feel like there's two people that are coming towards you. These are not your long-term love, though. And I feel like that's what they wanted to tell you. Like, what love is headed towards you? Well, two stepping stones that are for you to see things about yourself to release so that when you step into your long-term relationship, the next one that's coming, that it will, you won't bring this stuff with you. And because it's like, um, you don't wanna bring those things into it and learn on that through that relationship. You wanna do it through these 2 stepping stones and learning a lot about yourself and releasing between these little interactions you have with these 2 individuals. They're not at the same time. There's a first one, and then there's a second one. And then that's when you meet your next love, like the one you get into a relationship with. These others feel like I call them false starts, where it's like, "Oh, are we gonna have a relationship?" And then fireworks and, triggers and things being brought to my face for me to look at, and then because they're being brought up for me, I look at them, I transform them, I don't have those triggers anymore, then I won't bring those triggers into that relationship, right? Now I understand why they didn't wanna do the when until after we talked about that, because you're gonna go through these 2 individuals first to prepare you and to help you raise your love vibration so you have a different type of a relationship with this person that you're going to meet. All right. Now when, and there it is. Isn't that funny? Oh, I just want that one. So when? I'm sorry. Temperance, patience. It is unfolding. It's alchemy. It all depends on these 2 individuals, as you're learning and growing through here. And that's the important thing. If we're like, when I need to know when, it's like, you know what, creator, I know you're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect manner. Really, with the temperance, it's like release that to the creator, um, it'll be perfect timing. And it's going to be after you go through these other 2 individuals. So you know that they're not coming until you've experienced these 2 individuals, right? And you'll have triggers come up and you'll transform through those two relationships. I'm just feeling into the energy here. That's why I had a deep sigh. I'm like, so tell me, I'm like, I'm getting past these other two. I really feel like these two individuals are pretty close to one another. Like, they're not like months apart from, like, here's the first one, then months later, the second one. I feel like the first one is like any time now between now and April, like between now and April 1st. And then between like No Fool and April Fool's Day, April 1st to like the beginning or end of June is number two. And then I feel like that, well, you almost have the rest of the end of the year to draw in each other for this long-term relationship. So that's kind of based on current energy, that's what I'm kind of feeling. It can change based on what work you do within yourself, right? Like we all do. But based on current energies, that's what I'm feeling. So hopefully that helps, Victoria. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me scooch down on the list here so I can stay up to date. All right. So up next we have Supernova. Hey, Supernova. So for your free reading, messages from Kurt. What would he like you to hear or know about? He does always have the best messages, doesn't he? And insights. And he does pick wise cards, right? All right, so let's see here. What does Kurt feel you need to hear right now? Okay, so we got this one and this one. Yeah, I like this. We have the Death card, which is death and rebirth, and you have the Five of Wands too, which is transformation of energy. And I just feel like there's this, we talked about, was it yesterday or a previous reading? In the very near, they're bringing back to me, just saying that, you wish you could take control over your life and do things. And the Five of Wands is all about the change of energy, and you have the ability to do it. You have every capacity to do it. It's just deciding to do it. And, we talked about if you hadn't been making progress and change, you would be dead right now. But you have been taking your energy and you've been taking steps. You may not feel like, well, I haven't taken the big steps I think I should. You've been taking the steps. Continue to take the steps. Don't worry about the journey of a 10,000 steps. Just what's the next step for me, to help myself? What's the next step after that for me to help myself? And then as you're helping yourself and you're having this rebirth and this change and this fresh air and this evolution that's happening, it allows you to move forward. And then he's showing me the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is the card we usually get for you when we're talking about your dream. And your dream is that you want to help people with what they're going through, but you have to start with yourself. And when you do that, you have all this experience and all these tools and all this wisdom based on from your own pain and your own suffering that you're able to transform around. You're an expert then, and you can help people um, by sharing that through song, through interviews, through blogging, whatever you feel you do, through painting. There's all this stuff that you can do to help share that with the world, but it starts with you first. And they're like, don't jump ahead and think, oh, okay, I need it. It's like, take your time. Everything you're learning, of course, you're journaling, capture your experiences, because those are the things that are going to help other people too. And I feel like it's just an encouragement, again, reminding you, if you hadn't made change, you would be dead right now. So you are, and you have been making steps. Just continue to make steps, but don't focus on 10,000 steps down the road. Just focus on the very next step. Enjoy the moment and capture your ahas and your things that work for you and experiences you want to be able to share with others, because you will. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Nova Nova. So many blessings to you. Right. And then MMC, you are up next. Will you be able to recover the money they stole from your debit card? Those jerks. We say that in love. Thank you for this experience. I don't think I asked for this, but we did. So, that's the thing to remember is and everything that happens in our life is happening for us, though at sometimes we're like, am I able to do this at all? Why did I want this? But it's like, what did I learn? What am I learning about myself through this? What gift is hidden in that? So just be aware of that. And you have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. You definitely have the ability to recover the money. But the Ace of Wands talks about, because the Ace of Pentacles is abundance back in your hands. But the Ace of Wands is about your energy, right? And I talk about energy a lot on here because it's like one of the big things of how this realm works. Whatever I focus on is what I draw to me. So if I focus on um, loss and stolen and those dirty blah 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 blahs for stealing from me, and I've got fear I won't get it back. I have fear it'll happen to me again. I fear I'm gonna not have enough. I'm expanding all that energy, inviting more of it, right? And we're all like, oh hell no, I don't want that, right? Instead, with our energy, I can be like, Creator, I'm going to trust and go on faith that this is happening on purpose for a purpose for me, even though I may not understand what the lesson is yet. So please help me understand the lesson. I'm open for the lesson. I want to glean from this and move from it's happening to me that it's happening for me, right? And then we start having gratitude for the money and the stuff we do have in our life, not focusing on that I've had loss, because if I focus on loss, I'm going to have more loss, right? But if I focus on gratitude for what I do have, not growing that, that allows me to have openness of abundance returning to me or coming to me. And that's what helps you with this here. So you definitely have the ability to do so. It's just help the universe help you by trying to change that energy as much as you can in as many moments as you can. We get drawn back into it, I know, but you can trust that you are cared for and protected, and that if something happens, there is a reason for it to be happening. And what hidden gift is in this for you is a great thing to look at. But I do feel like you have the ability to receive it back. All right. So that is what some forgiveness there. I know the F word. Forgiving the people that did it, that they're doing it out of fear of them not having enough. And so they feel like they had to steal from you. And it's like, okay, it's the little 2-year-old stole $5 from your pocket because they were afraid they weren't going to have money for lunch, we would forgive them and go, oh, poor little boo boo boo. Well, that's what's happening. A 2-year-old in an adult's body somewhere out of fear did something stupid. That's what we do when we're in fear. And so we can forgive them and release them from our wrath. And that changes our energy because unforgiveness and bitterness, lower vibration, we invite more situations to enhance that and give us more things to be bitter about or unforgiving about. But when we forgive, we release the wrath, we release the lower vibrational energy, which helps us bring in higher vibration. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. Raga, raga, raga. All right. And then Swaroop Bobby, you're up next. So any time frame for getting a new job? All right, let's see. Based on current energies, what does Spirit want you to know about time frame? All right. Yeah, you've got it can happen anytime with the Tower card. The Tower card is suddenness, lightning striking, like, here it is, right? And the Lover's card, though, is the power of emotional choice. And that is what can bring it in lickety split or push it lickety away, whatever that means. But like we're talking about our energy, our emotional energy is when I'm focused on lower vibrational emotions of fear or disappointment or um, bitterness, resentment, any of those lower vibrational energies rooted in fear, it pushes things away. If I'm wanting and I'm like, I really, really need a job. I need it. Oh my God, I want a job. I want a job. When it's out of fear, it really reflects it away because our energy is focused on want. It's focused on need, not on having and gratitude. And so when I'm focused on wanting and need, that's what repels things away and keeps things away because my energy wants to continue to want. And I can't continue to want if I have. So what I'm trying to want and have, it pushes away. In this case, a job, right? But instead, we can focus on energy of the higher vibration and say, Creator, I want a job. I'm so grateful you're going to bring me a perfect job, perfect timing, the perfect way. And these are all the things I've loved about jobs in the past. I loved this about that job. I loved this about that job and this about that job. I've loved this about that job. If you think about a job you'd loved nothing about, that doesn't enter the picture. We don't want to like, well, I hated that because we don't want to draw in a job we hate. We want to be drawing in jobs of things we loved. When we have that energy, that's what opens up the conduit of receiving. That puts us on the energy of receiving instead of rejecting and repelling, right? So I feel like with that tower card, it can happen like this week if you change your energy. But if you don't change your energy, God only knows when it'll show up because you're repelling it away. It'll it's like if someone, like, I really want a tennis ball, and someone throws a tennis ball at you, and you hit it back with the tennis, and like, "Well, that was for you," and you're like, "Oh, thanks. Can you throw it back at me again?" And you do, and you hit it away again. They're like, "I really wish I could get a tennis ball. Here it comes," and we keep hitting it away. It's like, put down the repelling racket and grab the tennis ball, right? I don't know why your spirit guides brought up a tennis ball, but there you go. That's what they have for you, Swaroop. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. All righty. Spirit can be so funny. All right. Then we have Diksha Dubey. I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. You want to know anything coming towards you about love? All right. Let's take a look here. I have a lot of energy. I feel like there's a lot of I don't know why there's a lot of static. It just felt like there's all this happening. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So you've got the Queen of Cups here. She rolls over the cup suit and with the king, but she's also given a second portion of cups. She's the master of emotion. And the Six of Swords is about leaving behind old ways of thinking, small t truths rooted in fear around love, and its movement as you look at things from a higher perspective, cutting away a lot of expectations on supposed to be, should be, need to be about who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in the relationship, what's the relationship supposed to bring and be like, and who are you supposed to be in the relationship, and who are you supposed to be in life. All that expectation, it clogs and sucks the life. It sucks the life out of the sail, the wind, to where it becomes stagnant. But when we let go of those expectations and we get clarity around um, letting our heart, living our passion, living our lives, and not expecting and searching and needing, then it changes things around love. And so I feel like that's what the Six of Swords is, because this is movement towards love, but it takes letting go of some of these expectations, these anchors that are dragging in the water. If you snip them off, the boat goes faster. You bring in faster, but it's these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are slowing down the process. And we can speed it up. It's like blowing in the you know, putting a fan, blowing in the sail. It'll move the boat along too. The Queen of Cups is telling me that you do have a faded love relationship that's coming your way because the Queen of Cups, she also can dive deep into the subconscious where the one of the tunnels or passageways that we can access the Akasha records are Kashik, which is past life. And so you have these past life connections with this individual, and you're doing this other stuff to prepare for their arrival, for you guys coming together. And you'll recognize who they are right away because you're gonna feel comfortable, you're gonna be drawn to them. I sometimes joke that you're gonna see them, they're gonna be glowing, and there's gonna be a rainbow shooting out of their butt, and you're like, "There they are," because it's gonna be so obvious, this attraction, this comfort level, this familiarity, like you know them before from somewhere, but you don't, not in this lifetime, from past lifetimes. And so it is, and you'll know it when you meet them. It's not gonna be like, "I wonder if that's them." You're like, "Well, there's the rainbow shooting out of their butt." It's a big indicator, right? So you're like, "Oh, I get it. I get it." So, but the big thing is to work on releasing these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about expectations around relationship, because those are what ruin relationships. They suck the life out because we're focusing on what something's not being instead of gratitude over who someone being, what the relationship is, who I am, and being in the relationship. And we grow that, and things expand instead of contract and poof out, right? So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Diksha. So many blessings to you. Pardon me. All right. So, Minahil, you are up next. So, what will be your future spouse's love language? Oh, what a great question. Let's take a look here and see what their love language is. Like the 5 languages of love, right? Well, let's see here. Is this going to tell us just with one card? You got the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is being told that they are loved. 6 of Cups energy is child energy. And I just saw this picture of a little child, and also they reminded me of my mom, because my mom had told me at one time when we were talking about her life and her self-love and going through things, she goes, "I never remember my dad ever telling me he loved me before he died." And I'm like, wow. And I feel like this is that energy of them, that they, because they don't feel like they were told that they were loved, when they were growing up, um, it's very important that someone communicate it. We can show love through, all the other languages, like, through gifts and through service and through actions and through touch. But for them, it's really important for them to be told it, like grabbing their hands and looking in their eye, grabbing their face and looking in their eyes and going, "I love you." And they're just like, "Really?" I love that. So that's what's coming in, Minnie Hill. Gonna make me cry. Oh, so cute. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. That's what they have right now for you. Of course, you'll do all the other love language stuff. What is your love language, right? All right. And up next, we have Pisces. So, Pisces, you'd like a general reading on what major thing to expect soon. All right. What does Spirit want you to know? What's the next big thing that you would consider big coming towards you soon? All right. Nope. But they're like, put those back. It's this one. Okay. All right. Wow. 10 of Swords and 7 of Wands. There's this big, um, it's almost like a coming out for you here. Not, it doesn't have to be in that way. But because the 10 of Swords is, I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations. Tired of people telling me they're disappointed. I'm tired of being disappointed in other people. And the 7 of Wands is like, I'm going to shine bright like the sun. I'm not going to ask permission to shine. I'm not going to dim my light. I don't need to defend who I am. I'm going to be me. And so it is big, because it's like there's this point where you've been really trying to please everyone and trying to be who you think you're supposed to be, and what's the right thing to do and the right person to be, and blah blah blah, and all these rules, right? Usually the 10 of swords has someone laying down, face down with all the 10 swords stuck in their back. And they're not dead. They're looking away at the sun rise that's coming. But they're tired. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted trying to live up to everyone's expectations. I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to what everyone else wants. It's time for me. And it's this birthing, this stepping forward, this permission you're giving yourself to be selfish, which selfish has gotten a really bad rap. But, the greatest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you. And you can't do that when you're dimming your light and lessening yourself and trying to fit into everyone's boxes and um, diminish yourself because in order to fit into their little cookie cutter that they want you to be, you have to chop away some of who you are, which never goes away. It just dangles from your body. That's weird. But so hopefully that makes sense, Pisces. But this is this huge, like, I've had enough. I got to be me. And I like that for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you, Pisces. And then Fairy Tale, you're up next. You'd like a general love reading. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit have for you? All right. Wow. You got the Page of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Boom, boom, boom. So the Page of Swords does tell you here around love. Queen of Wands. Okay, I was going to talk about that, but like, bloop, Queen of Wands first. I'm like, all right. So Queen of Wands, she's powerful, right? She's got this fire energy. Whatever she focuses on, she can make happen. And this fire energy, and you also draw a lot of moths. You're a bright light, and that's what bright lights do. A lot of moths come, right? And you're like, what are all these moths? Which represents people who aren't being who your heart wants. And you're like, why am I drawing all these moths to me? Your bright light naturally does that. But the Page of Swords is what brings you clarity around love. And this is like realizing that that whatever you focus your energy on grows. So if you're focusing on wanting and needing, and that's lower vibrational energy, you draw people in that match wantingness and neediness. And you're like, why am I drawing these people that are wanting things from me and needing things from me, but they can't give? Well, that's because our energy of wanting and needing is matching that energy. Well, I've never had that before. But it makes so much sense. And the how you can change this is with this knowledge that, okay, instead of focusing on need and want, I'm just gonna like give it over to the creator. I trust you're gonna bring the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect manner. We ask once. We can say, I would really like to have a relationship and love. But I know you will bring the perfect person the perfect way and the perfect timing. So I'm giving it over to you and surrendering it. And in the meantime, show me what I can do to help prepare me for these relationships, this relationship that will be coming. And, one of the things is about clearing with the Page of Swords is clearing thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, all these rules around relationships, the deal breakers, this is who they have to be, and this is how they have to be in the relationship, and this is what the relationship has to bring me, and this is who I'm supposed to be in a relationship and who I'm supposed to be in. There's all these restrictions, all these cages, all this stuff that restricts, and it's exhausting, which sucks the life out of a relationship, right? It makes that little flame go poof. And so there's this releasing of a lot of stuff, and the Queen of Wands, this like energy of go live your life, live your passion. Don't make your hobby trying to find love, right? Find a hobby, a creative expression. What do I love to do? And go do all the stuff you love and leave the partner coming in up to the creator. And while you're out living your passion and living your love, this other person is out living their life and living their passions, and this creative expression that you're doing, or hobbies. Maybe there's multiple ones. You're doing this stuff, and you bump into them, and you're like, "Oh my god, I love what you're doing there." And like, "Oh my god, I love what you're doing there. How did you learn to do that?" And you go, "Oh, let me show you. You just do this and this and this." And they're like, "Wow." And I go, "Well, you tell me how you do that." And he was like, "Well, I do this and this." And you're like, "Wow." And you have this great conversation, and things spark, and then this relationship organically grows. And that's the difference between, trying to find love and trying to find someone to fit a position, and you're taking applications and interviewing and doing background checks, to see, are you someone that can fill that? That's a different energy, right? Than living your passions and bumping into someone and sparks happening, right? And so this is what they're encouraging for you, because that is what leads you. Otherwise, you'll just keep doing what you've always done and get what you've always gotten, which you're, I'm done with that. I want that. I want that. Right. So that's what they have for you right now, Fairy Tale. Hopefully that resonates for you, and many blessings to you. And then we have Mysterious. You are up so mysterious. Is your future spouse in this country currently, or out of country? Okay. Let's take a look here. So your future spouse. Wait, these are your cards. Let's take a look. All right. Wow. So, sorry, I got my cough drop in my mouth. Okay. You got the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Also, another card that came out is the Ten of Swords. And the first energies that are coming through with the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, they're from two different worlds. The King from the Wands and air, and the Queen of Pentacles from the earth and ocean, water, right? And so they're from two completely different worlds. They don't even have an overlap. So I feel like they are from out of country, because I don't feel like they're in country. And this Ten of Swords, and it's interesting because this is all about expectations and stuff, but they're like, nope, it's not that. They've been bringing in a lot of new messages through cards today, which I love. It keeps things exciting, right? For me, anyway. The Ten of Swords, 10 is an ending number, and Swords is about thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets and communication. And okay, thank you. It's also about higher education. I feel like they've been away for education, and now it's coming to an end. They must be graduating, and I feel like they are returning back to the country. But I feel like you guys are from two different worlds, but opposites attract, all the elements balance one another. So I do feel like it is someone who likes to travel, but I feel like they are coming back to country. So they did originate from your country. I almost feel like they were born in your country, but then family moved away, and then they, got citizenship somewhere, and they've grown up in a different country, and then they went to school. But in the meantime, family returned back to your country, and now they also will be returning back now that they graduated, as well. I don't know if they're coming back permanently, though. I feel like they are returning back to the country for a while, but I feel like they have bigger dreams ahead with this King of Wands uh, energy. So hopefully that gives we'll leave a little mystery for the mysterious. But that's what they're willing to tell you in this reading. Can always ask more, and you know poke and prod spirit. How much more can we get out of you about who this is and where they're going, and so we can keep doing that. All right, so that's what they have for you, mysterious. So many blessings to you. All right, and then we have Minu is up next. MINU. Because because I think we had something similar earlier. So this is MINU, which you guys will know by the question anyway. But when will the turning point come in your life? In which year will there be a turning point? Okay, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, can you tell us the year? Let's start off with that one here. I just want to zero in, saying if you stay on the current course, what's the year that you have transformation? Okay, so that's one here. Oh, crap. Temperance. Patience. It's slowly unfolding. It'll be years and years, but suddenly it'll come out of nowhere. Not years and years, but it feels like it's been taking years and years. But this energy here, I mean, temperance is about patience, and it's taking time for things to unfold and the balancing. And what one of the messages of temperance, though, too, is what special um, what special thing are you going to add in to help it turn into gold? Because it starts off with alchemy. You put a standard metal, but you have to add something into it for the magic to happen. As it goes back and forth, the magic eventually turns it to gold. So let's find out here about when this turning point comes here. I just want to take a look here because I feel like we need to know, because the turning point just doesn't happen usually faded. It's we igniting something, right? And yeah, and here's the emperor. You igniting something, the Aries energy, the new beginning, you adding the fire to things. And the emperor energy, it makes sense why all this comes together because you even have the temperance is XIV. And what's the thing you add? IV, the number 4, right? So it's so perfect. Um and so this is you deciding what you want. The turning point happens when you decide what you want and then you turn the point. You turn corners, you turn and go a direction you want to go. The emperor is surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of advisors going blah 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 about this supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be their entire life, right? And so the emperor's like stressing out, trying to live up to what all the people in the empire think the empire should be. And there's no way. There's even contradictory things people believe. And it's like, well, that's what you guys want. But you know what? Little note to self, I'm the empire. I'm sorry, I'm the emperor of the empire. I'm the one that gets to decide for it. So thank you guys. Clear the throne room. I'm going to decide what I want for my life. And then I'm going to put a plan together and put action behind it. And then that's the turning point. So the turning point happens when you decide to do it. And we're the only ones that stop us from having it happen, right? Um, and so that's the big important thing that happens here. Um, what else about the turning point here? I feel like they were going to say something else, but so the emperor is the one who decides which direction to go, and there's no wrong direction, there's no right direction. That's what we fear, that's what keeps us back from making a decision is, "I don't want to choose wrong," and the big spoiler alert, there is no wrong decision, there's just different choices with different experiences, and from Spirit's point of view, there's no should or supposed to, it's like, "What do you wanna do?" It's like, a grandparent taking a grandchild to a little, playground. All right, here we are, go play. And you're like, well, what am I supposed to go on first? Well, whatever you want. Well, surely I'm supposed to go on the swings first or the slide or the merry-go-round or whatever. So which one am I supposed to go on? And the creator's like, whatever you want. There's no wrong choice. Start there. If you don't like it, go there. That was the other thing. Thank you, Spirit. Follow your joy. You don't have to figure out your entire life today. You don't have to put together the entire plan of what you're going to do on the playground. Follow your heart. Where's your heart leading you? Go do that right now. And when your heart changes, go do that. When your heart changes, go do that. You know, you don't have to figure out your entire life. It's like, where's your heart leading you right now in your life. Follow your heart. Your heart knows the way. The mind tries to screw everything up. Well, it doesn't try. It's just does because it has all these opinions. It's confused because everyone has different opinions. And I don't know which way to go because everyone's telling me to go a different way, Where should I go? That way? What do you mean? So hopefully that helps there, Minu. The power is in your hands, which is where we want it to be, not in someone else's. All right. So many blessings to you. That's what they got for you right now. All right. So hang in, everybody. Let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Go about 15 more to go. So hang in there. We'll get there. So, Queen, you are up. So, Queen, please tell me any specific thing about your future spouse, like anything about him, anything, please, anything, so I can immediately know him when you meet him. Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. What can you give Queen so that she won't accidentally diss him and send him on? All right. Yeah, you will. I mean, look, it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. In the Six of Swords. So the the Phoenix card for me is it's rebirth, which is reincarnation, which tells me past life connection, which tells me that you are you're not going to miss them. The connections you're going to have from past lives, there's going to be such a draw to each other. Like I joked earlier, when you meet this person, they're going to be glowing in the dark, and there's going to be a rainbow shooting out of their butt. And so that's how obvious it's going to be for you. You won't you if you're wondering, I wonder if that's them, it's not them. Because you'll be like, oh hell, there they are. That's more the reaction you'll have when you meet them. Because the energy below the surface, all these past life emotions that are existing there are going to bring you guys together in a way that you're just like, do I know you? And they're like, nice pickup line. And you're like, no, 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 no. And he goes, oh, no, I know what you mean. Because I feel like I do know you somewhere, but I didn't want to say it because it's, when it comes from me, it's a pickup line. But, and you guys laugh and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And would you, you learn and start talking. And because you're like, where do we know each other from? Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go this? Where'd you that? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no. And then like, do you believe in past lives? And like, I do. Do you? I do too. And it's like, okay, maybe that's it. And then you just start talking about life. And the Six of Swords energy is about leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into higher ways of thinking, moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And there is this kind of adventurous feel about this meeting that you guys have. But it does move, the conversation just moves. It just starts up, and before you know it, you've been talking for 3 hours and you don't even realize it. And they're like, "Oh my god, they're closing." Because maybe you went to pick up food or a coffee or something, um, and this conversation just comes out of nowhere. But it is a movement, it is transformation, it's transition that comes in here. So I like that energy. I'm just sitting here to see what else they'll tell me. Any signs? Fire sign, I don't feel. At first, I was like, "Oh, the phoenix is fire and this, and there's fire burning here," but I'm like, it doesn't feel like a fire sign. Um, so they're not giving me any more on it right now, but many, many lifetimes and many different roles too, not just always lovers and relationship. It could have been brothers, brothers in arms, or brothers or sisters, or all of that too. You've got and I do feel like the stars in the sky is like how many lifetimes you guys have had together. And so you got a lot of emotion, a lot of comfortability. That was the other thing with moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. I don't know if you watched True Blood, but this is a movie about vampires and other mysterious creatures. But the one of the main characters, Suki, she was a waitress, and she had psychic abilities where she could hear everyone everyone's thoughts. And they were not a fun little town. They were like really mean people, a lot of them. And she was just like, oh my God, But when Bill the vampire, when she met him, when she touched his hand, it went silent. And it's like that's the kind of thing that will happen between the two of you. This calmness comes in when you guys are together. It's like the world just kind of melts away and it's just the two of you. And I like that. So that's what they have for you right now. A little tidbit. Got to keep you interested in the adventure, right? They don't want to give you all the answers, but we can keep asking. Tell me more about who they are, but you definitely won't miss them for sure. Um, Again, if you wonder if it's them, it's not because you'll know like right away. All right, so many blessings. And then Patty, hello, hello. So, what does Spirit want you to know in the area of love? All right, let's take a look here. In the area of love. Well, I just put this card back in. Why did it come back? Is there more than the card? I don't know. Um, we got the Six of Swords, but we have the Knight of Pentacles too. Oh my God, I know. Slowest moving knight out of them all. But when we get like a slow moving patience kind of card that comes in regarding love, this is about things being slowed down on purpose for you so you don't draw in lower vibrational relationships like you've had before. Like you're done with that. You're in the process of raising your vibration. So while you're doing that, like keep those other things slow and away. and and this is Six of Swords is about changing your mindsets and your expectations and your thoughts and beliefs around love. And it's has been this time of transformation and change that's been happening here. And I like this for you because it's worth the wait, it's worth the progress and process to do that because when you draw in this person at a higher love vibrational level, it's gonna be a love like you've never had before. And I do feel here, you know, the quest that the Knight of Pentacles goes on is for the quest of the Ace of Pentacles, which is about looking and seeing our worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I feel like that's a big piece of the thinking has to do with your self-worth and your self-love. And you've been, getting rid of these old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel small and limited and unloved and undeserving and unworthy in the past, and you're realizing that's crap. You're questioning these and releasing these and going, no, no, I'm transforming these thoughts and, leaving behind like three swords, the old ways of thinking, the small t truths rooted in fear, replacing those with three truths from the higher realm rooted in unconditional love. And this is part of the transformation. And the whole thing is like with this Six of Swords, when we have those expectations, when we have those thoughts and beliefs that are like anchors that slow things down, again, slowness with the Knight of Pentacles too. But as we transform and raise our vibration, that naturally speeds things up. It blows wind into those sails and allows the love boat to set sail faster and brings you guys together sooner too. So that's what they have right now for you, Patty. Hopefully that helps a little anyway, but that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And then M, just the letter M, you are up next. General love reading for who is coming towards you and when, if they'll tell you. I will ask. I always ask, but the answers I get, they're like, trust the timing, blah, blah, blah. Right. We get it though. All right. So general love reading and what does Spirit want you to know here about love coming towards you? And will they give you anything in timing? We'll see what they say there. All right. So you do have the Hierophant. Okay. We do have the Hierophant, which is about your higher self, um, drawing you to see things from a higher place, from the capital T truths, to see what love is really about, and just a lot of deep truths. So they have been kind of, I feel like we were just talking about with Patty, where it's the slowness of life and the slowness of relationships it's happening for you so you don't draw in things of lower vibration anymore. You're like, I've had my fill, thank you. I've ridden that roller coaster enough. I am done, right? And this is about truths like realizing that all relationships that you have are a reflection of your own self-love. So the greatest thing you can do for relationships with anyone is raising your self-love and finding that self-love and transforming your self-worth and realizing every relationship has been a mirror showing me what I want to see about myself. And the purpose of relationships is not to fill me, but to reflect back to me the love I have inside. And as I raise my love vibration, I see that reflected differently in people. As my love grows for myself, then that increases my capacity to give and receive love to the outside world. So there's all these truths that are blah, 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 blah that are coming. And you're realizing all this, and the slowness of it all has been happening for that. The when you've got here, the Celestial Weaver, which is a card unique to this deck, which is your energy, whatever you focus and whatever you put out creates the ripples. And one of the other truths of love is when you need love and want love, you push it away. When you are grateful for the love that you have and you find that love inside of you and you exude gratitude for all the loves you've had in your past, what have you loved about past relationships? That raises your energy and allows the energy to be there where you can receive it, and it matches that. And so you're able to receive love at a higher level instead of what was there before. So the when is all about your energy. The more you raise your love vibration, the faster things speed up and the faster you're drawn together. So they're saying it's in your hands, right? That depends on what you are doing and what truths you're grasping and what small t truths rooted in fear you're releasing and transforming into higher wisdom. The more you do that, the faster love comes your way. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Em. I know. That's it for today, or in this one reading anyway. So that is what they have. And for anyone else that is relationship readings, which of course Valentine's Day was Friday, but I do have all of my personal recorded readings are on sale, which include relationship readings. So if you check out the link in the description box of the video, you can see the different kinds that I offer and that I think like what is a half hour $15 and an hour is 25. So we dive deep into things. So just no pressure, just making sure everyone knows it's out there. All right, so that's what they have for you, M. So many blessings, hang in there. And then we have Black Life. So Black Life, please tell me, when will I be financially successful? Like in which year or month? Yeah, well, we'll ask Spirit if they'll tell you that. And if they don't, it's based on current energies where it's going, because that can change from day to day. That's how the future is. A decision I make today can take me in a totally different direction than I was going yesterday. And that's the whole thing with the future. It's a myriad of possibilities. And just one little decision, instead of going here, we go here, right? So it changes things, but I'll definitely see based on your current energy um, what year or month. So year, month. Let's see what they'll tell me here. The year you have is the 10 of Pentacles. So we're talking about financially successful. Well, the 10 of Pentacles is a card of success and fullness of life. It's one of the big abundance cards. So it tells me that it can be this year. And when we're talking about financially successful, how do we determine what financial success is? Really write that down. What does it mean to be financially successful? Put it in writing because that's important for you to really contemplate and look at, I feel, because you have the possibilities of being, they're putting in quotes, financially successful today, this year. Let's see, when we're talking about month, we have the moon. It does move in cycles. Which is like, it all depends. That moon energy is the hidden and the unknown. But it is this revelation, this clarity when we're looking for financial success, and um, it's based on opinion. Because I used to think like to be financially successful, I need to have six-figure income and this and that and this house and this truck and this and this that and this and da 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 da. Da. That's how I was taught. That's the opinion that was given to me from multiple sources about what being successful means. And I'm like, if someone asked me what does success means, I'd write down that list that I had memorized by being inundated by society and everyone else, right? But then when it's like, if money didn't matter, what does success mean to you? And you're like, whoa, okay, now you're just like blowing things out of the water, because that's like, oh, what? Is there any kind of success besides financial? It's like money can't buy you everything, right? In this world, I know money makes the world go around and everything usually costs money, but money can't buy you happiness. It can buy you things to make it easier for when you're miserable, but it can't buy you happiness. Happiness comes in here. And when we turn to our success on the inside, this 10 of Pentacles is fullness of life. It's relationships. It's enjoying what's around us, being grateful for what we do have. And that's kind of the stuff that happens here too. And this is a good thing that comes up here. When I want to know when will I be financially successful, it's when I start to be grateful for the finances I already have. When I want to be financially successful and need to be financially successful, my energy pushes it away from me, because my energy is about this desire to want, this desire to need. And I can't continue to need if I get what I'm needing. I can't continue to want if I get what I'm wanting. So it actually repels what I'm needing and wanting away from me so that I can continue to need and want. Hopefully that makes sense. When we start to, instead of focusing on that and growing that and repelling, when I start to focusing on, look at all the abundance I've had in my life, right? Look at the fullness of my life. Look, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. Doing a gratitude journal where every day, just trying it for 30 days, writing something that you're grateful for without repeating anything, and continuing it for as long as you want. I did it once, and I was going to do it for 30 days. I was like, oh, gratitude journal, whatever. I'll do it since you're saying it might be good for me to do it. So I did it. After 30 days, I was like blown away by the energy change that it brought into my life. And I continued to do it. Like, I'm just going to do it until I don't feel I need it anymore, or until I run out of things to be grateful for, and I almost did it for 5 months, and I didn't stop because didn't have anything more to be grateful for. I stopped because gratitude became such a part of my daily energy and experience after doing it for 5 months. I didn't need it anymore. I just became an expert in my own mind and world to be able to find things to be grateful for in any situation. And I feel like this is what's coming in here for you. You will be financially successful when you start to be grateful for the finances you already have and where you're at. Amazing, right? So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what they have for you, Black Life. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Misha. Hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Want to know what will be the profession of your future spouse? All right. Let's see what they're willing to tell us here. What will be the profession of your future spouse? That one and this one. Okay. What are they going to do? Queen of Swords and Four of Pentacles. So Queen of Swords is someone who can help people balance their mind with their heart. And the Four of Pentacles, this is home based. I feel like they're going to work out of their home. And I kind of have this energy of counseling, because they help people balance their lives. but I saw this picture when the Four Pentacles, I just saw this little home office that's like they have like a office attached to their home in the back. That's where clients come in. They don't go in through their house. They have a separate entrance and they meet there. So that's it. And I definitely feel like it. It's very much the balancing of the mind, and immediately they took me to counselor, psychologist, kind of energy there. And they just love helping people do that, right? So you're like, oh, great. Are they going to psychoanalyze me all the time? And like, no, but they can communicate. They understand how the mind works and how healthy relationships are because they do all sorts of counseling, relationship counseling, teenager counseling, all this stuff. So they have a great understanding of how to communicate. And you're like, hallelujah, right? So that's what they have for right now for you, Misha. Short and sweet today with that. But I mean, they came zeroing and running down the aisle going, counselor, psychologist, working from home. I'm like, all right, sounds good. Healthy relationship. That's one of my relationships. Number four, almost my last relationship that I had. Um, they were going to school to get their masters in counseling, and I worked through a lot of stuff with them. I felt bad for them at times because when they would do something, it would trigger old things in me from previous relationships, and then I would be like, um, and they're like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Uh, you know, can I talk this out with you? Not as a counselor, but let me just, blah 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 blah, so that they would know this wasn't you. This is an echo from the past, and it just reverberated through this action. Even though I know this isn't you, this isn't what you did. This is something of mine." And I'm like, "This is what happened. This is da, 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 da." And when I talked it out, then I'm like, "Okay, we're good. And they were like, "I'm so sorry." It's funny. But I feel like that's will be good, right? All right. So many blessings to you there. All right, Pramila, you are up next. So your health has not been good. Oh no, for 3 to 4 months. When will everything be fine? You're stressed out. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. And so my heart goes out to you, sending you lots of love energy. Also, I have to have a disclaimer in the United States. I'm not a medical professional. Um, and of course, tarot is designed for fun. Everyone ultimately should seek professional assistance on things, which I'm sure you are, but you need to. And everyone ultimately makes their own decisions, right? So, disclaimer made. It's in the description box of the video, too. All right. So, let's take a look here. Of course, stress is a source of that impacts our health, right? Most dis-ease in our bodies and conditions in our bodies are stress related. That was amazing for that to find out. And stress is rooted in fear, right? And so let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about this. Any advice? Anything else? Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. So um things can change direction with new information, which is good. So that it does say that you can change things, but the root of it is with this Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords there. Whoops. Yep, dropping those fears. Eight of Swords is about becoming aware and releasing and transforming thoughts and beliefs and mindsets within me that make me feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. And those are small teachers rooted in fear. And so where is, you know, the stress about health, of course, just adds to the stress that was already there. But looking at the root of what fear is at the root of your health condition, what stress was the beginning, because when we have fears, if we don't deal with them, eventually they make their ways out into our body to tell us, hey, there's stuff that can be looked at inside of us, right? And it's an amazing thing to become aware of that and go, oh, okay. The more we, again, I'm no scientist or doctor, but if you even look on the internet, when our bodies get into fear and it ignites into fight or flight mode, it shuts down our digestive system. It shuts down our immune system, floods our bodies with hormones and adrenaline, and it floods our nervous system, and you know um, we our mouth goes dry, um, our heart beats fast, our muscles like preparing us for battle or to run like hell, and there's all the stuff our body goes through, and it's not designed to be in perpetual fear and fight or flight mode. It's supposed to be short term to get us to safety, and then we're fine running from the dinosaur, running from the saber-toothed tiger or the real physical danger. What's happened in our world, though, is that we've developed a lot of emotional monsters that are not in the physical realm, but they're inside of us. And the monsters show their head, and we go into fight or flight mode, fight or flight mode, fight or flight mode. That impacts our human body, right? So it's about identifying, what am I fearing? What am I stressing about? What am I trying to fix? What am I trying to control? What are all these expectations? And it's getting to the root of these fears and transforming them. And when we're released from that, then we're not in fight or flight mode. Our bodies are amazing self-healing machines when they're on, but when we're in fight or flight mode, so many things are turned off that we're not helping our body heal ourselves by stressing, which doesn't help, right? We're stressed, I get sick, I get more stressed, I get sicker or stay sick. And it's like, learning breathing exercises, doing things that's one of the big things that helps us get out of fear is deep breaths, because it helps flood our body with oxygen and gets rid of a lot of the adrenaline that comes in. And like I said, yeah, the Three of Wands is, which is with new information, we take a different route and things do change. So you do have the ability, but the root of it is stress. It's stress related. And the more that you can come to a place of calm and peace, the better, so learning what works for you to do that. There's also a great book. Try not to fall off my chair. That would be wonderful. You see my legs go up. um, Louise Hay has this book, You Can Heal Your Life. And um, I mean, it's been around for decades. I mean, it literally, I got it for a couple bucks through a used bookstore. I have had several copies of it over the years, so you can find it out there. It's wonderful things in the beginning, but also, and she has a disclaimer like I had about health, but it even lists like medical conditions and the emotional source of what comes from it, and even affirmations on what you can that can help change your mindset to help you transform, that dis-ease into ease instead. And you don't have to buy the book. You can even search online, like Google emotional reason for blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of information out there, and see what resonates for you too. So hopefully that helps, but it seems like there is solutions. You just have to kind of do the work on reducing the fears and lowering the stress and trying to be as calm as often as you can, and emotional release, um, and then I feel like things will just change pretty rapidly for you. Okay, so that's what they have for you, Pramila. So many blessings to you. Then we have Trillionaire. When will you get married? Hey, if you're a trillionaire right now, will you marry me? I'm just kidding. But a bunch. I'm not that shallow. But it makes you think, right? Okay, let's see here. When will you get married? Let's take a look here. All right, nope, none of those. All right. All right. It does appear here you've got the Phoenix, which is about rebirth, rising from the ashes, and the Six of Swords here too. Six of Swords is about movement, transition, rebirth, change of mindset, leaving some old ways of thinking behind, looking at things from a higher perspective too. I feel like this is like there's a significant change in your life where like you're moving somewhere else, because the Six of Swords is a transition and movement card too. when you have change of thought and belief can ignite change in the outside world. I feel like you're wanting to move to a different city, a different country, something where you're wanting to move. And with this phoenix, it's like something is ending, significant endings, right? The phoenix burns down from the ashes, it rises anew. And I feel like you'll get married after you've moved to a different place. It's a huge transitional energy that happens in your life. And wherever you're deciding, like if you're like, I don't know if I should go or not, this is saying, well, if you go, you will find your spouse on the other side of this rebirth. But it's a significant change that happens in your life, but it's you igniting it. It's not, it's happening to you. It's that you are making this change. So I know hopefully that helps give a little bit clarity, but that's what they want you to know right now. Okay. So that's what they have for you, trillionaires. So many blessings to you. And then Momo7, you want to know, when will you meet someone romantically? Any time range or month? What? This has been big. I guess Valentine's Day does ignite this in a lot of us, right? When are they going to come? I thought it was going to be by this Valentine's Day. Where are they? So let's take a look here, Momo. When will you meet some? Any time range? Let's see what they'll tell us here. I always ask, but they don't always um, appreciate our desire for time like we do, because they're outside of space and time and they're like, you're eternal. What are you worried about? And we're like, you don't get it until you're human, until you have your human experience here. So, any time range, there is a possibility of between 1 and 3 months, but a lot of the possibilities have to do with here. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is your self-love card, and the Three of Swords is about expectations and disappointment and fear of heartbreak and heartbreak in the past. Um, and so there is this realization that can help with all this, is that every one of your relationships, romantic, family, friends, whatever, is a reflection of your own self-love. And if your self-love is low, then the ability to give and receive love is low. If my self-love is like this, no matter how much love I want to give, it's just going to trickle out. No matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's going to trickle in, because we can't give or receive more love than we have for ourselves. So, and I feel like you've been working on your self-love, but I feel like if you want it to happen faster, raising your love vibration is what brings in people sooner. And the Three of Swords is fear. And if we're focusing on fear of never finding love, or fear of finding someone like we did before, or, any fears we have around love are weights, are anchors that slow down the process. They also draw in things that match it, instead of, as we raise our love vibration, it'll draw, someone in that matches that higher vibration. So it's really about releasing a lot of expectations of supposed to be and should be and need to be, including timing. I know, but we can ask Creator and say, I really would like to have love. I trust you will bring me the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. In the meantime, can you show me what I can do to raise my love vibration, which is releasing thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, release emotions that don't serve you anymore, release energy that doesn't serve you anymore, and even release things from your physical world that don't serve you anymore. Things that don't bring you joy. Why are we holding on to them? They're taking our energy. Donate them, sell them, give them away. Especially if it's things from exes and people that you're like, but it's sentimental. And well, every time you look at it, you cry. Get rid of it. Release, baby, release. So hopefully that helps. I know I wanted an exact day, but at least they give you a range of 1 to 3 months. But it can happen faster, and a lot of that's dependent upon increasing your self-love and doing a lot of that release. So that's what they have for you, Momo. So many blessings to you. All right. Hang in there, everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there. I think we've got about 7 left, so it won't be too much longer if you're waiting for your reading here. Let me just scooch some of these down here. All right. So up next we have Dark Fairy. All right. So zodiac rising sign. Oh, just the right. Oh, the zodiac sign and the rising sign of your next romantic partner. Like what type of person he will be, more like a fiery person, an earthy person, an airy person, a watery person. All right. Let's take a look here. Of course, the sun sign, right? That's the CEO that runs the birth chart, but there's department heads over all those different areas. The rising sign, of course, shows us the how the lenses through which they see the world, right? But I'm all about moon sign, right, and Venus, because that's how they want to be shown love and how they show love, how they show emotion, how they want to be showed emotion. So, of course, once we get them into our grasp, then we can run their birth chart, steal their driver's license, and go, okay, that's their date of birth. When were you born? Do you know what time of day you were born? All right. So let's take a look here. Let's zero in on the overall soup that we are, because we have like all our planets. Um, we can just ask spirit. So this next romantic partner, what is the overall um, abundant energy of their chart? Is it fiery, earthy, airy, watery, or a combination? That'll give us a good picture, right? What kind of soup? What kind of astrological soup? All right. I got that one. Okay. What else? Okay. So let's take a look here. Well, with the Six of Swords and the Nine of Swords, you got airy, a lot of air energy there, which on a positive side, I mean, every element has its positivity, right? Great communicators, intelligent. Um, I feel open minded. With this, because they actually Nine of Swords to the Six of Swords. Nine of Swords is questioning their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in fear, and the Six of Swords is leaving that old way of thinking behind and a higher way of thinking. So they definitely have let go of like fearful thinking, and they're very much open minded and the higher vibration of air, higher expression of air, not the lower expression. So I like that for you, and I'm not getting a specific sign coming in. I always revert to Aquarius because I'm Aquarius. So I'm always like, maybe Aquarius. I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be Aquarius. Um, but definitely, I feel the air energy because, like Virgos and Capricorns can be big thinkers too. But I definitely feel it's air energy that's here. Um, and I like that for you. So that is what they have for you right now with that. And so we talked a little bit about the type of person that they are. They might even be in a field of training, educating, enlightening people around things, clarifying things for people. Kind of feels like their draw to they love doing that, pursuing that. Private eye. Probably not a private eye. That was just funny. But yeah, but that's what they have here. I don't have much more coming in right now, Dark Fairy, but we keep asking more questions. We'll definitely you can it's like a scavenger hunt. Okay, tell me about this about them. Create a little profile, right? But it's all about the excitement and the adventure of discovering who they are, right? Otherwise, we'd get a scroll handed to us when we hit puberty, right? Here's who you're going to be with. Oh my, oh, okay, thanks. Takes all the fun out of it, right? uh, we want to try it. We have tried that in the past, in past iterations of humanity, where we knew when we came in who we're going to be with, the future, all that kind of stuff, and it was exciting our first time experiencing humanity, but it got boring too. And we're like, what if we don't know this? And we veiled some stuff, and we're like, oh, that was so fun. How about if we veil some more, and we veil some more, and we veil some more? Now we come in so veiled that we're like, who are we? All right, but that's what they have, Dark Fairy. So many blessings to you. And then Lucky, 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 hello. So Neighboring people have been a lot to deal with. Are they going to relocate? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Well, so let's look at this. So first, the first card that I know, I always realize that after I do that, that I'm like, that doesn't sound good. Well, lucky, let's talk. We have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is higher clarity and awareness. This is the card of like the lesson. Now, when we realize that everything in our life happens for us, um, the lesson, the classroom doesn't disappear until the lesson is learned. You're like, crap. But because what this brings in here, I mean, this is the Two of Cups came in too, which is about relationships and power of emotional choice. And then also the Celestial Weaver, which is unique to this deck, which is about your energy. What you put out into the world is what creates and draws to you what you're looking for you, right? So they will not relocate until you have acknowledged what you've learned and move the energy from like, this is happening to me, to I wanted this to happen for me, and there's a gift in here that I wanted. So what is it? What am I learning through this situation? So there's a lot to deal with. It's like people are not toxic. People are not a lot to deal with. What's a lot to deal with and what's toxic are our thoughts about those people. Think about that for a sec, right? Because people just are. But when they're breaking our rules that exist only in this brain, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be doing this. They're not doing and being who I think they should be. Almighty master of the universe, sorry, I used to do that. I'm like, why aren't people being who I think they should be? They're like, oh, are you the dictator of the universe now? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, who says that they are supposed to do that? Well, I grew up. That's what I was told all my life. Surely they know that they're doing wrong. No, they're being perfectly themselves. Um, and there's if you ever heard of Mel Robbins, she's amazing. She's got a great podcast, and I've been talking about her a lot. In fact, maybe I don't know if you were the one. Someone told me I thought she was married to um, uh, Tommy. No, was it Tommy Robbins? Tommy Robbins? Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins. Yeah, big speaker. He's been motivational speaker for decades. I thought they were married. And they're like, no, they're not. They just happen to have the same. They're not even related. It's like, oh wow, that was a surprise. But they have all that to say, and she's on Instagram too. That's where I follow her. But I saw something that she had talked about when if people want to be that, let them. People want to hate you, let them. If people want to leave you, let them. You can't change people, but what you can change is what happens inside of you. And this is what this is reflective of here for you. Because it's like, okay, with the belief that people are hard to deal with, we're putting the blame out there, but really the three fingers are pointing back to us, going, oh, it's my thoughts about these people that are troubling and a lot to deal with. So I don't like this. Let me change my thoughts. And suddenly, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. As my mindset changes, then we do that. So if you had an example like they shouldn't play their radio at 2 a.m., well, they are. So, um, my concern is that I'm not going to get enough sleep. I'm going to be grumpy and everything else. Well, for a very small price, I can get earplugs. Well, I have children. Well, they have sets. We can give them too, um, or, and it's like, well, I can deal with the short term stuff. But then I can also, um, if it's an apartment, report them to the apartment managers and just say, is there any way that you guys can just do that. I don't want to do it because I'm afraid that that's going to start a war between us. But can you let them know that some people have and keep it anonymous, or whatever. Or if you feel like you're able to, in a loving way, go, hey, I was wondering if I could work a deal out with you here. you know, it's like, during the week, can you guys, I have children, and or even if it's for yourself, it's like I work early, and when you guys play your music really loud at 2 a.m., I have trouble sleeping, and then I'm a wreck at work, and I don't want it to impact me. Is there any way that we could work something out? And if they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, here's my number. Just text me." Sometimes, like, I'm at work and it's my teenage son that does it, because they're home alone. Shh, don't tell anyone, or whatever. But just as an example, right? There's ways that we can approach these things, but it all starts here. The story that we apply to what they're doing is what's troubling, not what they're doing. Because when we release it, and an example that they just brought to me. Um, Sorry, let me turn off my humidifier. I just realized the humidity in here is 55%. It was 30 earlier, so it's working good. So the example that they had for me, when I owned a condo, there was this little grassy area outside in the middle of uh, the condo buildings we had. There was a big condo thing, but there was a grass area, and the kids would love to play. That lived in those condos would love to play there, and they love to play kickball. Well, my kitchen window is right there, big long, and my door, because I was the end one where it was just like right by all that, and I would hear bam as the ball would hit my door, and and it even broke the little light fixture of the thing, and and I heard it hit my um window, my kitchen window too. And of course I was like, "Urgh," and I started to head towards the door to open it up, and I just realized, and I had a flashback when I was headed toward the door of when I was a kid, and how neighbors would come out and yell us to shut up, and what I thought of them, and how it made me feel as a child. And I'm like, I don't want to be that cranky old man. And I just realized, you know, whatever happens, happens. I mean, like, it's a door, it's a window, it's this, it's that. I'm like, what matters more is I want them to have a happy childhood, and I don't want to be a make it difficult for them to choose to be happy. And I'm like, that's all right, and yeah, irresponsible, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's a story. And I'm like, kids are, for me, I'm like, I wish people just, like, let us have fun, let us be kids. And then, like, I just told the apartment thing, I go, "Hey, the glass thing on the outside," because that's their responsibility, not mine. I was like, "Hey, that's broken," and they replaced it. And I'm like, "Not no sweat off my brow, just don't get cut, kids." Um, and so that's the thing, we can change the energy of a situation is what it comes down to. All right. So hopefully that makes sense, Lucky, and I know we wish everyone would just do what we want them to do. Life would be so much easier. But these things do happen for us so that we can be released from all these thoughts, these troubling, restrictive thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, so we can be free. Because we know if we have all these rules for everyone else and they're troubling, then we also have those for ourselves, and we feel like we are a lot to deal with. Because these thoughts definitely are, right? And then after you learn your lesson and you go through that, then the classroom's no longer needed. They may relocate, or you may not even care anymore. Regardless, the situation will change one way or another, right? So that's what they got for you. Lucky, lucky. Many blessings to you. All right. So 5 more to go. Hang in there. All right. So, KVH, you want to know, is it for your highest good of all for you to withdraw from the course for now with view to return in the future? I feel like we asked this yesterday. This sounds familiar. I did answer it whenever you had asked that, or if someone else asked it. It seems like really, really familiar. So if you did ask it, I did answer it already. And if you have trouble finding that, let me know, and I'll give you I'll find it for you, and just post a comment on any of the videos, and I can locate it for you. Let's take a look here. Is it for your highest good of all to withdraw from this course for now? Yeah, and I remember this because we were like, they're like, it's up to you. They're going to pull a card if you do withdraw and if you don't withdraw. And I feel like when we pulled them, like it didn't matter either way. It's like it's not going to impact you. You would learn. Yeah, I'm remembering the reading now. I can't believe I remember that out of the hundreds of readings I do every weekend. But that you would learn through one, if you stayed and you gutted it out and you stayed with it, you would learn perseverance, and you'd learn to not be afraid of not, like, if you feel like I'm not going to be able to make this, I'm only going to be able, like, I'm not going to be able to make an A, I'm gonna like maybe get a C. That dealing with it's okay to get a C, that's like something that you learn. The other, if you leave the course, you would learn through the disappointment of feeling like you didn't fulfill something, and you kind of deal with the feelings of feeling like you failed in that you couldn't do it and complete it. And so those energies, I mean, that's the entire reading there. I can't believe that they just replayed the entire thing in my head. But so that's the kind of energy that came in, and it's like there's not like the energy was like, it's either way, it's not a big difference where it impacts it, where it's like it's like either way you learn through it, but neither of it takes you off of your course of where your destiny and your fate and where you're headed. It's like either way, it's like you come to this fork and you can go either way, but you still come back to the same spot. I guess you're like this. It goes like either decision takes you in these different directions, but you come back very quickly into the alignment of where you were headed anyway. So they didn't see that it was any kind of any kind of impact, huge impact. They're like, so do what you want to do. Either way, there's no should, there's no supposed to. They just bring you different energies, and that's what we did. Is we pulled the energy of if you withdraw and if you don't, and then because you can use those energies to decide, and that's what that reading was about here. So let's see if it comes out the same. So if you stay, you have temperance, patience. Yeah, you learn patience. You learn, you know, it takes time, for the gold to appear, but you can do it. If you stay, I'm sorry, that was if you withdraw, right? Yeah, well, that makes sense too with the temperance. If you withdraw, like again, you would eventually get back to that same space, and it eventually would turn to gold again. That's kind of what we were saying with that, those things. Um, and to be patient with yourself and gentle with yourself if you wanted to withdraw. And if you don't withdraw, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you just work through the emotional. There's a lot of emotion that happens through it all, and it takes work, right? To go, okay, well, I'll make it happen. I'll do it. But there's just emotional confusion and a lot of emotions to deal with. I feel like, but in either case, like it says, you end up back on track to where you were going, whichever way you do it. So hopefully that helps, and that's what they have for you, KVH. So you don't need to tell me about the other one because I remember that reading specifically, which is bizarre. I'm always blown away because I do literally hundreds of readings every weekend and throughout the week, and to remember one is like spirit because it's not me. All right, so that's what they have for you, KVH. Hang in there. Many blessings. Hopefully that helps. And then Meghana, hey, what do I need to know about my love life in the near future? Is any relationship coming your way? All right, let's take a look here. Okie dokie. So you have Queen of Swords and Knight of Cups. Well, you do have Knight of Cups. That is the movement of love. It is the movement of emotion. The Knight of Cups is the knight on the horse, coming to offer love. So I do feel like you do have a relationship coming your way. And the Queen of Swords too. Queen of Swords is one of my compatibility cards. Like, wow, she rolls over the swords with the king, but behind the scenes, she's got cups. So she balances her head and her heart. And it's one of the cards that Spirit and I use to indicate someone who fits like a glove, so compatible, able to communicate their emotions, not so in their head that they don't know what an emotion is, but not so much in their heart either that they are emotionally unstable and a wreck. It's this beautiful balance. They can communicate their emotions. They're intelligent. They can communicate very clearly too. So it's a very wonderful fit. And so they are headed your way here. Um, and I just feel like here, how soon? How soon? Knight of Cups is a pretty fast moving energy here. And I do feel like February, March energy for these two. Um, coming in. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that they're wanting me to tell you about love, because you have been working on balancing your own head and your heart, and you've been doing a lot of movement and work on your heart to be open-hearted, to let go of a lot of emotion that doesn't serve you. So I just feel like they're saying there's not a lot that you need to know, just that you're ready, and that continue to question thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, emotions that don't serve you, energy that doesn't serve you, things in the physical world that don't serve you. Continue to purge, continue to transform things, because you've been doing the preparation, and this is just extra you can do that'll draw them in sooner the more you continue to raise your love vibration. But I just feel like they're saying, yeah, they're on their way. And you're like, you ordered them and you've been doing all the stuff to allow the flow to come towards you. You're not, maybe just a little reminder not to focus on the needing and the wanting, because that does kind of push them away. But focusing on gratitude for all the lovers you had in the past. What did you love about them? Gratitude for what you have in your life, because all that gratitude and joy and higher vibration makes you at the same energetic level that allows it to receive that stuff. If we're in lower vibration, it keeps it away from us, but when we're in higher vibration, it draws it and attracts us. But yeah, I just feel like yep, it's we'll send you the shipping tracking number once they've shipped, but they're on their way. It's being processed. All right. So that's what they have for you, Meghana. Yay. I'm happy for you. All right. And then carmeldeamon, you are up next. Let me just move some of these over here. We're down to 3. Dun dun dun. So Carmel, 24. Why is Caleb thinking of you? Will he go with you hang gliding? Oh, hell no. You're not going to get me in any high heights. I have survival instincts. If I was meant to fly, I would have wings. But Caleb, let's talk about Caleb. Just know, don't invite me. Will he go invite you? All right. So why is Caleb thinking of you? Oh, yeah, the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a relationship card. So they are looking at trying to fill their life, and they are desiring to have a partner and to have a fullness of life with someone. And so they are thinking of you going, you're a prospect. uh, and that's the kind of energy that's there. They're not like, you're the one. They're just like, huh. And I don't know how well they know you, but I feel like they're just going, hmm, intrigued, I'm interested, kind of energy that's here. And will they go hand gliding with you? Yeah, we got 2 of cups. Got 2 partnership cards here. So I feel like they are willing to give it a try. They do feel like, someone who likes to live fully. I feel like they might even be a fire sign, maybe Sagittarius. Well, no, Aries and Leos love doing it too. Aries probably more so. Is like, let's go jump off a cliff. You're like, you Aries are so brave and courageous, and Leos and Sagittarians. I love that energy of adventure that a lot of you guys have. So I feel like, yeah, they're interested and that they're willing to go hang gliding. Um, and because of that, 2 of Cups is, yeah, that would be interesting. Let's give that a try. So that's what they have for you, Carmel. Easy breezy, short and easy. So many blessings to you. And then we have Fin. You want to know whose hand do you feel on your legs when you sleep? Uh-oh. Hopefully you're talking about spirit. You're like, you know, if not, just turn around and see who it is. What are you touching my legs for? And what are you doing in my bed? I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here, Fin. Who from the other side, as I'm assuming it is, or I feel like that's what this is about. All right, let's take a look here. Who it be? Yeah, the 10 of Cups. And this is, so it's not something creepy. It's 10 of Cups. It's joy. It's high vibrational emotion. Let's see what else we can know here. 2 of Wands. It's interesting with that energy. Let's see what this other one is too here. 6 of Cups. Yeah. Past life energy. Um, and it's the child energy too here. So and the 10 of Cups is very joyful, childlike energy. I almost feel like it is a child energy from the other side. So if you haven't had some sort of youthful energy in your life that's past, then it's 6 of Cups is my past life, one of my past life cards. It is like a spirit guide from another lifetime that you've had, and that's connecting with you in this lifetime. But it's not anything creepy. It's not anything, um, not anything inappropriate, kind of stuff. It is meant to be comforting and to make you um, feel supported and that you're not alone and that they are around you. Um, and with this 2 of Wands, this does tell me about your energy. Whatever we focus on is what we grow and expand, right? And so we're very powerful. And it's good to know that um, nothing can happen to you that you don't want to happen, right? And if we fear something and we fear it's this or that, we're going to draw the experience to us. Someone once asked, I think about my brother, he goes, "Do you believe in demons?" And I go, "I don't." Um, but I said, "But I believe if we want it for our adventure, they'll order some up for us," which is like, and then they showed me like a movie set, and they had these 2 big demon creatures walking, but their heads they had under their arms as they're walking because 'cause they're costumes, and the head was a light being inside of it. And they'll be like, "We'll put on the demon outfit for you for your experience, but demons aren't real. It's all for the show." And I kind of feel like that's like just being aware of your energy. If you're like, I'm going to surround myself with a ball of love energy, and whatever's not of light and love can't be near me. You can control that. You're empowered with that. And then, um, and then when you realize it's for you and it's loving and it's comforting, then you look and your energy's different about it too, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps, Fin. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. Right. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have Ateshi Singh. Ateshi, hello. So, what is to come in your physical reality in May of 2025? All right, what does Spirit want you to know? Something that's coming in there that's important for you to know for May of 2025. All right. So you do have here a change of mindset that happens with the 6 of Swords. You're leaving some old ways of thinking behind, leaving some fears behind, seeing things differently, gaining a lot of clarity. And with that, whoops, the 8 of Wands there. 8 of Wands is fast movement and leaping into something here. Now, the 6 of Wands is about transformation and change and movement because as you change some of your thoughts, it activates changes in your physical world. And I feel like you're either looking at things differently and you're changing jobs or positions, or you're changing home or changing relationships, how you interact with them. But I mean, there's a lot of energy with that 8 of Wands that you're leaping and you're going, all right, I'm made some decisions. I'm changed the way I'm looking at something and I'm making change. Boom, 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 boom. This is you doing it. It's not happening um, without you initiating it. So I feel like this is a lot of what you're thinking about between now and May. You're putting things into action in May. So you've really been thinking about things, thinking about change. So through February, through March, through April, your noggins, and then in May, you're like putting it all to play, if that makes sense. So it is a very month. May is the number 5. It is a month. 5 is a number of change, and you definitely feel like you're going to be making a bunch of changes. You are going to be making a bunch of changes. Changes are not happening. You are initiating a lot of change in May. So it's nothing to worry about because you're doing it. You're not out of control. You're the ones that's controlling the transformation. So relax. Right? That's what they have for you right now, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all your love and support. I'll be back next Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for more readings. If you want to join us as a YouTube channel monthly member, I have 2 levels, Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis, $2.99 and $7.99 a month. We get together Wednesday nights, both groups together, Thursday nights for Praying Mantis, and then Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday after our session in the morning um, with Praying Mantis too. So if you want to dive in deeper and have more access, and that's available, there's a link down below. Also, I have for personal readings, there is a super sale going on. My personal readings, I think a half an hour is like 15 and an hour is like 25. And there's others too. But if you check the description box of the video, it talks about the pricing and the different ones that I offer, relationship readings. So there's a lot of relationship readings today, but we dive deep into those. So relationship readings, um, past life readings, life purpose readings, and birthday readings are some specialized type of readings that I do too, if you're interested in that. And a hedge of peace and love. If you're needing some peace in your life and need time to get all this lower vibrational chaos away for a while, for a couple weeks, to give you time to reflect and have a rest, I also offer those, and that's also included in that link down below. I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much for all your love and for your thirst after searching after spirit and for trusting me to pull cards and communicate with spirit for you. I'm honored and I'm so grateful that we're all on this journey together. Remember, as we're going through this adventure, that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of you. And remember, above all, have fun. We'll see you soon.